How can people early in their careers advocate for themselves without feeling like they're overstepping?
So I think that a lot of that has to do with leadership. I think it has to do with leaders having, people talk about open door policy, but just being approachable. And I know in really big companies that's really hard. So you've got to create, like levels of being able to, be approachable, but it starts at the top. So I think if someone feels like they're overstepping or they can't say something, it's because they feel like they can't. And I'll give you another example of something that happened early in my career that was really kind of upsetting to me. So I had an open door, and I think I told you I worked with a major company in innovation. I won't name the company, but it's a global company in their innovation team. And I had full access to the CFO and the CEO, and I was working with them on a project. Well, then they had a restructure and they started a whole new organization, including a whole new marketing team. And they brought in a new leader from the outside for that team, someone much more senior than I was. I was a bit earlier in my career. And I was making copies of something. I was having a conversation, and she was walking by, like the Xerox machines, the copy machines, and I'm making all these copies. And she was asking me how things were going, and I was telling her how I just got finished this conversation with the CFO, and I was talking to her about what we were going to be doing, and she said, "Stop right there, stop right there," and she put her finger in my face, right, and said,
Like,
"Don't you ever, ever talk to a C-level without clearing it with me first." And I was like, "Oh, so that's the way you do it wrong,"
yeah.
And make people feel like, what the heck is going on there? So I think if you are respectful, which you are, and I think it's really up to leaders to make people feel comfortable to have
Be
those
able to approach
discussions.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.